The Nintendo Switch eShop has a new sale live right now, and this one it's packing a whole lot of new deals with new low prices. Today I'm going to be taking you through 10 of my favorites coming in under $10 or your local currency, covering the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. My name's Alex, this is SwitchCorner, let's get started. As always, I have a winner to announce later in the video for a $10 eShop gift card and one more to give away. To enter, drop a comment down below and the winner they'll be announced in next Thursday's video. If you are grabbing anything as well, consider using cornershop.gg for discounted eShop credits. You'll get 5% off at checkout using code CORNER, and these they're instant delivery via email. That discount is limited to the first 100 purchases. Now if you do enjoy the video, finally consider subscribing, helps the channel a huge amount, and if you can like the video as well, that also goes a long way. Golden Force gets a new low price, 80% off. This one is an action platformer. It has you tackling the King of Demons who is trying to take over Muscle Islands. Now unfortunately you were on holiday, but this relaxation, it has been interrupted. You'll be playing as a party of 4 with the option to play as any of these characters, and then it supports up to 2 players locally as you do take on 4 worlds. It can be somewhat challenging at points, but some are really fun sequences packed in, and the boss encounters, they are a highlight. I'm a big fan of the pixel work as well throughout, and I would say the only complaint, one of the characters' designs definitely a little too close to Shantae in my opinion. Overall though, well worth it for fans of the genre, definitely worth a look. Ark Survival Evolved is back, matching the low price with 50% off, and this is notoriously one of the worst ports on the Switch, or at least that was the case until they dropped a sizable patch that leveled the experience up, and now it makes it a survival game worth checking out. In fact, I featured it just a few weeks back on my top survival games list, so I'll be linking that in the pinned comment below. It is an incredibly difficult game. It throws you onto an island filled with dinosaurs and other predators, and then it asks you to basically figure things out. Good fun though, just expect a serious learning curve. I wouldn't also suggest jumping online immediately, you definitely want to get some practice in first. If you do enjoy the base game as well, then you can download a slew of expansion content, including a game targeting kids as you go about this world researching the dinos that do inhabit it. A quick note then, I know it's been quiet on the channel this last week, same with PlayStation Corner honestly, which is linked down below. That's kind of similar content, centered however around the PS5 and VR2. Still though, as many of you will know, around 2 months ago I did lose my day job, so this last week I did take a trip back to England just for a few days, and now I've come back to a slew of job interviews that I really do need to prioritise for the family. I'll have things back up and in probably full swing I'd say by the end of next week, so do just bear with me. And as always, I do appreciate the support. Tanuki Justice then pens itself as a platformer bullet hell experience, and that should tell you everything you need to know about the difficulty with this one. Come here for a challenge in single player or local 2-player co-op. I love this game and I do think action run and gun fans should definitely consider it. Story wise, not a lot to it, you play as 1 or 2 characters saving this world, but the variety of enemies keeps things entertaining, and the weapon play here packed in is solid. It's topped off then with a suitably retro sounding soundtrack, and I also love the visual style and that classic chunky pixel work. It's 80% off then, and that is matching the low price. The almost gone to slow things down is for the puzzle fans out there, and I do think this one deserves more attention. It's a narrative based experience, and we will be navigating smaller diorama locations and figuring out how to progress things forward, while of course unfolding this tale, and that surrounds death, loss and mental health, as we do take on the role of a young character who finds themselves between life and death in limbo. During this journey we learn their story, and it really does pack some weight. Definitely a big fan as well of the minimalistic visual style that they incorporated, and it definitely just overall works well with the theme. It's 80% off then, and that is matching the low price. Wallachia Reign of Dracula is heavily influenced by games such as Castlevania, and while I wasn't personally keen on the visual style initially, I ended up really enjoying it, and I even came around to that kind of design work. Something just initially felt off with the character sizes and almost a somewhat clunky animation style. It's another challenging one though given its influences, but here expect to tackle 7 levels, there's bosses to take on, and even some mini games unlockables and a few bonuses. What elevates it in my opinion then the full voiceover work in English, and then the weapon play itself is solid, as it asks you to take aim from a distance or even get up close and personal. It's wrapped up then with a story centered around the idea of Vlad the Impaler, but in vampire form. 80% off makes this one a new low price. Coffee Talk is a fantastic game, but it won't be for everyone. A narrative experience. It does come highly recommended, even if you're not a fan of visual novels, because I'm not either, honestly, but I found the cast here particularly likeable, and it packs a few extra mechanics for gameplay, the main one being here making up different drinks for those that do visit your shop. Now, these customers may be not what you would expect. There's humans, of course, but also then elves, orcs, and even those that are almost think demon-like. It's basically fantasy meets real world. Listen to customers' problems though and watch this world unfold. Now might be a great time to jump in as well, because there's a sequel incoming April 20th. This one, it's 50% off, and that is a new low price. Dead or School is always a favourite when it gets a discount, and it's back here with 70% off, and my full review is in the pinned comment. Now this one, it's a Metroidvania with a zombie spin, and the idea in this world, we were born and raised in the subway system, taught never to go outside due to what is essentially an apocalypse. We are frustrated with this scenario though, and we actually decide we want to go to school, so we set out to find a group of teachers and students. This whole idea, it stems from the fact we found our grandmother's old school uniform. Definitely out there for sure in relation to its story, and honestly overall it can be a little janky at times, but the weapons and skill system, that's good fun, and it packs a nice amount of challenge, so I definitely enjoyed it. Okinawa Rush then is for the action platformer fans. It's another tough one, and at launch this had problems, but now it's definitely been patched up. Yes, there is still some slowdown in here, but overall I do think it's more than worth consideration. Definitely gives me personally that Mega Drive vibe with its vibrant 32-bit style and sizable character models. I jumped in quite late with this one, but I'm definitely glad I didn't miss it. Now it's got 3 playable characters, each with their own unique moves. It supports 2-player local co-op, and then it's packed with enemies, traps, and boss encounters. Now what elevates the experience in my opinion is the fact it features a parry system, which adds an element of strategy to the experience overall. Good stuff for this one, and it's 80% off, and that is a new low price. Black Future 88 is our penultimate game, and this one's 90% off a new low price. Now this one at launch, it had some crash issues, but I presume it got patched because I played it a little while after, and it's been fine for me ever since. It's another run and gun game, though this one's giving you a roguelike spin to the formula, and we're trying to scale a skyscraper that's led by, I guess, an evil overlord of sorts. The bigger problem here though is our heart has been rigged, and it is due to explode, so we need to make this journey. Describes itself as synthpunk, and what that basically means is over the top violence and then a whole lot of neon washing over the screen. I am definitely all for it. There's 5 playable characters, tons of enemies, 50 weapons, and then a quality analog synth soundtrack to top it all off. Our winner of the week then, it's going to ML11, who shouted out Roguebuck. It's well worth a look and comes recommended from me. I have some dedicated coverage here on the channel if you do want some extra information. Congrats though, drop me an email to claim your code. Just a heads up, my replies might be a little slower right now, and then everyone else, drop a comment down below for your chance in the next video. Wargroove is our final game of the video, then it's 70% off a new low price, and this one's going to be for the tactical strategy fans. This might be the perfect game to hold you over until the release of Advance Wars next month. They even released here though a free upgrade which packed in a new DLC campaign as well as a new co-op story mode, new commanders, and 2 new units. Now here we'll be choosing from 15 leaders spread across 5 different factions, and yeah, we just generally have a huge amount of content here. The story mode, local and online multiplayer, a map builder, a puzzle mode, and then a whole host of unlockables. I love this game personally, and in fact I actually picked up a physical release, but here, gotta admit, it is a steal of a price. And that's the video down. Will you be adding anything to the library? Let me know in the comments. A quick reminder then, things on the channel, they should be back to normal towards the end of next week, so thanks all for bearing with me. Got a huge amount of reviews to catch up on, that is for sure, so do keep an eye out for those. Without then luck, hit subscribe, join us here for reviews and deals daily, or typically at least, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.